by choosing the already fielded Heckler. In a hearing on readiness before a panel of the House Armed Services Committee on Tuesday, Marine Corps brass defended the service's decision to publish a request for proposal for more than 15,000 of the M27, which is already serving as the Corps infantry automatic rifle. Maximize your VA loan benefits. Check your VA loan eligibility and get up to $453,000 today. Click here. Representative Joe Wilson, RSC, chairman of the HASC Subcommittee on Readiness, expressed concern for the U.S. industrial base as the Corps prepares to make the large purchase from German company H. Do you believe the U.S. defense industrial base could support such a request, and do you believe that issuing a sole source contract for such a large number of rifles from an internationally based company poses any logistical readiness challenge in meeting the demand for not only rifles but supplementary parts? Wilson asked the three general officers testifying. Lieutenant Gen. Brian Boudreau, Deputy Commandant for Plans, Policies and Operations, said the Marine Corps had held an open competition before the M27 was originally fielded in more limited quantities in 2008. It would cost probably, I've seen a figure as high as $24 million to go through a recompetition for that weapon, he said. There's no additional requirements, it's to purchase as is, and it's simply an increase in a quantity of a weapon, Boudreau said. The Government Accountability Office had also completed a report looking at the Corps request and found it within legal parameters to pursue the sole source contract the service wants. Added that the Marine Corps is now in the final stages of setting a price with H. Do I think the industrial base could support those types of quantities? Absolutely, Boudreau said. But what we would experience by reopening a competition would be, perhaps not being able to recover the additional money that would go into the competition. And probably a 2-year delay in fielding that weapon to the rest of the infantry. Commandant Gen. Robert Neller confirmed to Military.com in December that the Corps had committed to purchase the M27 for all members of infantry squads to replace the M4 carbines they currently carry. Weapons experts say the M27 is more accurate and has a longer effective range than the M4, and would place greater combat power and lethality in the hands of infantrymen. What hasn't been clear until now is how many of the high-end rifles the Marine Corps planned to purchase. In February 2017, the service published a request for information for 11,000 infantry automatic rifles. Then last August, it published a pre-solicitation for up to 50,000 M27s. Boudreau told Wilson the request sent to industry was for 15,000 rifles, enough to equip squads, with some left over for others as well. Neller told Military.com he was considering giving the weapon to other ground combat Marines, including artillery forward observers, fire support teams, and even engineers. I'm going to wait and see, he said in December. It's not that much money. The Marine Corps does expect to get a good deal on the rifles this time around. At SHOT Show in Las Vegas in January, H. Obviously, they want a bigger quantity and the economies of scale have changed, he said then. I think it's one of the most affordable prices I've seen for the capability they're getting. On Tuesday, Boudreau emphasized that going with the M27 isn't just the cheap and fast choice for the Corps. It's also the best option, he said. The Marine Corps looked at some other options, and the M27 outperformed some of the other weapons that we're also considering, he said. So it's a great weapon, gets great reviews from Marines, and we were very eager to try to get it fielded as rapidly as we could. Hope Hodgesek can be reached at hope.sec@military.com. Follow her on Twitter at @HopeSec. Show.